Hi, this is Melissa with A Crave Journey with Melissa, and today I'm going to show you how to make a sympathy card with die cuts. It's a little bit different take on using die cuts and how to create with them, but I thought it would be cool to show you how to make them. In addition to that, I thought I would also want everyone to please say their prayers for the lovely family that lost their child and also grandson. I am friends with the grandmother. I know the son that lost his son and the aunt. So it's really they really need your love, support, and prayer. So please make sure you send some prayers their way. At any rate, so I'm going to show you how to make this this card. This is a card that I never ever want to make. At any rate, so this right here. This is a stamp set we use, and it is called Words of God. It is multifunctional. There's a number of things you can use for it, unfortunately including sympathy. So with that, I'm going to show you a close-up of this card we made. This is the card we made. We used the sentiment right here from the stamp set, and we used a die cut. And if you notice, I use the die cut, but I also use the negative and positive image of the die cut. So you can see where this is the actual die, but I use the positive and negative image just to give you a 3D effect, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so with that, let's get all our items that we need out. We will need a card base. We will need some paper, decorative paper. We'll need some paper to stamp / die cut. We'll need, of course, our stamp block, and we sell these awesome stamp blocks on our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. Either of those work, and you can check out our awesome products there. This right here is 3D foam adhesive. I just cut little pieces for the cross, and I also have here some ink that I like to use, and we're going to use this die. This is the Spellbinders die right here. I know somewhere I had one, and I must have given it away already. If I didn't and I find it, I'll make that as part of the giveaway as well, but if I don't, then I won't. But this is a really beautiful die cut, and I thought it was perfect to use this die cut for what I was thinking for. I could have, of course, used the amazing stamp set that we created here and utilized that, but I really liked the effect of the layer, and I thought it would work better this way, so that's why I created it with this. Okay, so with that, we also need our die cut machine, but that's okay if we don't have it with us because it takes up a lot of space. So I do have it, I just don't have it in here in this picture right here. So I'm pretty sure this covers everything. We have our ink, we have our die cut, we have our foam adhesive, and we have our regular adhesive. That would be one thing that we could use. That would be that right there. I have also the ATG glider, I'm sorry, the ATG, which is the Advanced Tape Glider, the Scotch. We could use that as well. Actually, maybe I'll just switch that around a little bit. We'll do that. Okay, so we'll put these over here, and then we can put this cutie right here so we can utilize that. Okay, so now that's what we're going to use. How's that? Perfect. All right, so these are what you'll need for your creation. Of course, you can substitute anything that you wish to create this creation. And hopefully you won't need to make any of these cards anytime soon, because I realize that depending on your religion or whatever, they're in a better place. Of course, it's so hard to think that way for us left here on Earth. Selfishly, I wish everybody that has passed was with us. So anyway, moving on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create this card. So this is what you'll need. So we're going to start with the stamping of the sentiment. Okay, so let me put this stuff away. We will need this stuff, but we'll put this a little bit later. So I'll put that on the side. I have little pieces cut up so that we can use them for the cross, as I said before. That's why there's a few of them. And so we're going to use this right here and this right here, and of course we're going to use the stamps here. So let me get those out. Alrighty. So we have right here, I'm going to take this right out here. And we're going to use May God's love and grace always hold you in his embrace. I'm going to pull that right off. And pull this right off. I'm not sure if you're familiar with photopolymer stamps, but the awesome thing about them is that they're clear, so you can see exactly where you're placing them. And what I'm doing is there's two different ways you can do it. You can put it right on the block and line them up that way, or you can line them up this way and put the block right on top. So that's what we're going to do. I've shown you a few different ways to do this, and every time I try to kind of change it up a little bit. So you get both examples of what I'm doing here. So we have these awesome acrylic blocks. These are the fantastic ones that I love to use. We have these at our website, like I said. So what we're going to do here is just squish it down. Okay, and that's what it looks like right here. So you can see that. All right. So we're going to take out our ink, and we're going to ink this sentiment. And I'm going to line it up just a little bit. It looks a little bit crooked to me, so I'm going to fix that. There we go. So we're going to ink that like so. I always make sure I ink it up all over the place. I rock it a little bit just to make sure that it's inked totally. And we're going to ink that right here. All right, looks good to me. Now I'm going to close this up. I'm going to take out my die cut machine and my die cut. Oops, let's flip that around right here so I can actually make it work. Otherwise, I can't turn the handle, which would be a problem, don't you think? I think so too. I think it might come in handy to be able to make the die cut work. So we're going to take out the die cut. This is the die cut if I didn't show this to you before. Okay. So we're going to take this out. And it's just one die that comes in here. And this is the beautiful die. Maybe a little close up here. See all the intricacies in there? Really love the way it looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out this part. Actually, I'm going to flip it on this side. I'm going to put it right like this. I'm going to put it a little bit crooked. And I think well, for one, the reason why I'm doing it a little bit crooked is because I think it will work better with the die itself. So we're going to center that right in the middle. I think that looks pretty good, but let's make sure. I think that looks pretty good. May not be perfect, but it's close. Can't really complain too much. Let's see here. I had the windows open earlier, and with the windows came the bugs. And normally in California we don't have bugs, but for some reason today, you know, when I'm doing my video, of course there's bugs. Why wouldn't there be bugs? There's bugs. So we're just going to put the clear platform on top of that, and we're going to run it through a few times just to make sure that it actually covers and cuts the way it's supposed to. From previous experience, if you watched my last video, or was it the one before, I don't remember, I apologize. I ran it through and it didn't quite work out right. So I'm just going to double check and triple check just to make absolutely sure. So we're doing this. Sounds like my machine needs to be oiled, doesn't it? So we're going to pull this out. We don't need this anymore. And we're going to pull this out. And you see that is what it cut out. I thought that was really cool the way that looks. So look at that. I mean, that would be fine just the way it is, right? But I really love this die, and I love the way that it looks, and I love the detail in it, okay? So I thought, what better way to create than do it so it's like a 3D effect. So that's what I did. So you don't have to do this all the time. You don't have to do this at all. But what I thought was it was important to kind of really emphasize the cross and the beauty of it. So that's why I did the 3D effect. So I basically used the positive and the negative. So this would be what people would call the positive, and this would be like the negative, okay? Like it's not there, which is negative, it is there, it's positive. That's kind of the way I look at it. Hopefully I'm not backwards. Who knows, because often I am. At any rate, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take our adhesive and we're going to put it on the back of our paper. Okay, so let's do that. And we're going to adhere it to the center of your card, like so. Looks good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the back side of the cross. We're going to put adhesive on that, like so. And we're going to adhere that to the center as well. Looks good, like so. Now we're going to put our adhesive aside. Now this is where we need our 3D foam tape. Okay, so I'm just taking out a few pieces. I don't even know if I'll need them all, but I will use whatever I need. I will say this, with this one, I did not put a piece right in the middle, and I should have. So I want to make sure make sure you put a little piece right there. That actually helps because I don't want it to get squished in there. So we're going to take this piece right here, just take off one part of the paper so only one side of the adhesive is showing. That way it doesn't get stuck on something it's not supposed to. You push down. And then we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to do the same on this side, like so. Now if you want to, you can just do this. Just put it right in the middle so it goes across, so that would cover that part. And then do little pieces on the ends, like so. Okay? So we have that right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take off all the pieces of paper, the protective pieces for the adhesive. And take that off. We don't need these anymore, and put those aside. And that. Throw these out. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to place this cross right on top of the area that it was. Okay? Right on top of the... Blah, blah, blah. There you go. There's your entertainment for today. Right on top of the negative piece. Okay? So there you go. You just push it in right there. Make sure it's adhered. And that is your card. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really super duper appreciate the fact that you're here. I appreciate the fact that you were willing to hang out with me today and check out some really cool stamps and some awesome creations. Unfortunate that we have to do this. Unfortunately, it's for a sympathy card, and unfortunately, it's for an infant. But please make sure that you say some prayers to my friend and my family, my friend's family, my friend, our family. You know, they basically are a family of many because of the fact that they have been so gracious and kind in the community and really have helped so many. So it's really important for us to lift them up and say some prayers for them and hope and strength for them during this time. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.